Good morning everybody, Christopher from All Things Prepping. In this video I just want to talk about something that is true and that we have to think about. In any emergency situation, the chances of having a water crisis is there. That means that we have to be prepared for water crises, and we must also be prepared to deal with that crisis in order to overcome that problem that we might be facing. So I just want to tell you about something that happened to me yesterday and how that actually fits in with what I'm talking about, and it also fits into the thing or the video that I posted earlier stating that preparedness is not only for the end of the world type of scenario, but it is for everyday life, and when everyday life happens, as we all know it does. So let's dive right into it. Yeah, I just want to start off with some background to the story that I'm about to tell you. In 2026, the winter of 2026 up until now, we did not really have a harsh winter as was probably expected by many. I was one of those guys that thought that because of the late rain that we had, that we are going to have a harsh winter where it really is going to give us some gas, and that we are going to have extremely cold days. Now up until now, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday was the coldest day that I know of. It was yesterday morning, it was during the night it was -2. This morning, being Saturday, it also ended up on a -2, and that is definitely some of the coldest days, if not the coldest days that we've had for this winter. So yeah, that's just a background on our winter up until now. Yeah, so yesterday morning, being Friday morning, we woke up to in Afrikaans we call it a Sprookjesland. It's like a fairy tale land where everything was white with the coldness on the grass. I just forgot the word now, but there we go. But you know what I'm talking about. It was white all over. It was very cold, and right from the start I knew that this is definitely one of the coldest days that we had. So when I had to go and shower, I realized that the pipes were frozen and we had no water available for showering. Being a prepper, I immediately sprung into action. We have some prepared some preps in place for this scenario type of thing, and immediately went to get some cold water or some water from the Wendy 5-liter water can, and we used that water to then just boil. Once it's been boiled, fortunately we did not have a problem with electricity, so that was one of the positives of the day. So we did take the boiled water, pour it into the basin, and use that basin to do a basic cat wash. Definitely not one of the most blessed experiences that I had, but yeah, I have done that in the past. I think that all old soldiers know exactly what we're talking about when you actually had to wash and bathe and cook and did whatever out of your fire bucket. It's basically the same thing, just a little bit more luxurious scale, if you want to call it like that. And yeah, so what I want to tell you is that being prepared is very important. Yeah, one of the things that we got a saying for in the preparedness is adapt, improvise and overcome. So yesterday I used those three principles to adapt to the situation, to actually overcome the situation and make a plan to quickly get myself clean enough to go to work and be able to carry on with my normal duties. In an emergency situation, I'm talking a more broad-based situation, chances are very good that water availability and water flow to your house might be influenced. There might be a lot of reasons for that, but yeah, it could be something like electrical failure and pumps failing, water tanks running dry, water pipes being disrupted either by natural disasters or by man-made disasters, and then we would end up without water. So having to prepare or be ready to utilize your resources available to you in any situation, knowing that we are more likely to have issues with water, it obviously makes it more important for us to be prepared for that type of scenario. So we have to be able to have some water stored somewhere, and I believe that, you know, just like filling up 5-liter cans like I've got, having that available can push you through a short-term scenario, but it can also be the basis for the preparation of a more longer-term scenario or a longer-term preparedness plan with regard to water. Because I can tell you that if you look at the rules of threes, you can only survive realistically and with comfort. Well, not comfort, you're going to still stress, but with you will be able to go without water for no longer than 3 days. If you do, it's going to be hell. I think even if you go to day 2, you're going to know about that if you don't have water. So being prepared to have water available is very important, and you must always water must always form part of your preparation plan. So yeah, with that being said, I do believe that the preparation of water or having water available is very important, like I discussed in the scenario that I lived through yesterday. Just that little bit of extra cover, because if you let's assume that I did not have any water available and that scenario came up, it would have been worse, much worse. So yeah, just be ready for that. Yeah, just to continue with that train of thought with regard to the water situation that I experienced yesterday. Yesterday it was -2 and the water ended up being frozen in the pipe, and that resulted in us not having water in the house via the pipes, the normal pipes. But what we did, I did look at the weather in advance, and I saw that they're predicting a -1 for last night. Ended up being a -2, but it was predicted to be -1. And then, assuming that we might have the same type of scenario, all I did is I just opened up one of the taps a little bit so that it can actually just keep on dripping. It might be a little bit of a waste of water to keep the water dripping, but that ended up having water available this morning. So that's a scenario or a choice that you have to make, whether you are thinking about wasting water or whether you are going to be having water the next day. So in this scenario, or this case, all I did is I just opened up a tap, let it drip a little bit, and that flowing water actually prevents the water from freezing in the pipes, and that helped me a lot this morning, because this morning I had no problems with water availability. Yeah, just to conclude this video, I did refer to the rules of threes, stating that that water is one of your top priorities. Water, shelter, food, and then in my view, first aid is definitely one of the things that you do have to be ready and to be prepared on. So water is definitely an important thing. Just having some water available in 5-liter cans. In my case, I've got purchased 5-liter cans or jugs that I use, that has been sealed, that I can just drink like that. I've also got 5-liter that I filled myself, that you can use for utilities and that type of thing. And then if you need to, you can actually just filter and clean that, or prepare to make it more drinkable. So you can actually use that water as well by just purifying it or cleaning it, making that available for drinking as well. So having drinking water and then also some other water available for utilities is very important. The average that they suggest, if you look at all the different forums and people making predictions, is that you need 1 gallon, that's about 4 liters of water. So you need 4 liters of water per person per day in a longer term scenario. So for us, for a 3-day, that would be around about 50 liters of water, just roughly 50 liters of water that we would need in a longer scenario. So yeah, that's the way we prepare, and that's the way we've got things going. So improvise, adapt and overcome, and be prepared and have your stuff ready for that potential emergency situation that you might have. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you did learn something, or at least made you think about something. So then yeah, until the next one, keep on prepping.